What's up, Traders Edge? It's Mark Sebastian, your only option. I'm coming to you live from Casablanca, Michigan. I'm here on vacation. I hope you're having a wonderful 4th of July. Let's break down what's happened during the week and what we see going forward and what's happening Friday. So with that, let's dig in. All right, so far this week, the market has been really bullish. It's been a nice run for the market, and stocks have just been rallying and rallying and rallying. We've been straight bullish all week. So everyone say hi to my dad behind me. We closed, the S&P broke that 5,500, closed at an all-time high. We continue to see the spread between, and this is an important one, folks. I want you to pay attention here because this is going to break at some point. The spread between the Dow Jones Industrial Average and the S&P 500 continues to widen and widen and widen. The Dow is now up about 14% on the year. The S&P is year over year. The S&P is now up 24%. Really, really strong move if you look at kind of how things occurred, and things have really widened really since the beginning of June. That is really when things took off. That spread is like a rubber band. It's widening, widening, widening. It will eventually snap. Now, what's going to cause that to snap? There's a couple of different ways this could happen. One, the whole market goes up, the Dow catches up. Dow rallies harder than the S&P 500, which would mean the non-Mag 7 stocks are moving harder. Option two, the whole market falls, but the S&P, being so top heavy, falls faster. Now, there's also the idea that maybe we see a rotation and the Dow rallies and the S&P falls a little bit, they both kind of meet in the middle a little bit. Now, I don't expect the spread to collapse to zero, but I'd like to see it get closer to maybe 4 or 5%, something more historically normal, because this spread is really, really getting wide. Looking at the Qs, kind of a similar story to the Dow. I mean, the Qs just look like an unstoppable force when you look at them. The Qs are up year over year, 87 points. That's 20%. That's an incredible rally for the triple Qs. And then, let's just kind of take a gander at the VIX. It's threatening to break back below 12. Could be interesting. VIX futures term structure is starting to get pretty wide. Now, coming off into a long weekend, you maybe would expect that. But, we've got July trading about 1.2 points over the cash. August is up at 1435, so 2.3. Pretty normal for where we are, especially coming off a long weekend. But watch that. If that starts to really widen out, that's the futures telling you that the VIX index is wrong, which does happen. All right, so let's talk about what we're looking at for Friday, because this is the big one. Fridays is non-farm payrolls. I want to kind of tell you how these things are being priced out because it's probably too cheap. So non-farm payrolls are Friday. Friday is a full trading day. I can buy a 535 straddle for about less than $25. That's less than 0.5% with non-farm payrolls. I think that's probably too cheap. I like owning premium. So how would I play Friday if obviously markets are closed? How do I jump in? My guess is that Friday is going to have some momentum after that first half hour. We've definitely been seeing this week markets open down and then rally. Give the market a half hour. Once the market determines that direction, I think it's worth jumping in. The vol is going to continue to be low. Calls, puts will probably be less than $8, $800 a pop. Good chance that those end up working. We've seen these cheap options really pay off because the last half hour of the day, the market has it's tended to really move in the direction that it had been going that day. So on rallies, that last half hour, we tend to get really rallied. On sell-offs, we tend to see some real selling. So that's kind of what we're looking at here. Some stocks to kind of keep an eye on Friday are Apple. Apple back up of 220 is just off to the races. buybacks are a thing, folks, and Apple is buying a ton. Look at the volume for Friday just on Thursday. 130,000 of the 222.5 calls trade. That is crazy. Another name to obviously keep an eye on is Nvidia. Nvidia is trading, close the day at 128. Look at the volume on calls and puts in Nvidia. The 125 calls traded 230,000 times. The 128 is 130. The 130 is almost 200,000. So you can actually see the volume just kind of being sucked into these major names. But at some point, I expect that volume to dissipate into the rest of the market, and that's where the market could maybe really rally. If there's a Mag 7, I kind of like it. Might be Tesla. Tesla's had a crazy move. It's up to $247. Say hi to my mom. Say hi to my mom. And we are say hi to everybody, mom. And we are potentially looking at 300 here. This thing has had a crazy move. Again, look at the volume on. Just mom, you can say hi to everybody. Like I said, I'm on vacation, folks. The 240s traded 230,000 contracts. The 245s, 200,000. The 250s, 248,000. There's some crazy volume in Tesla that could keep that thing going. So those are kind of the three Mag 7s that I'm paying the closest attention to. Outside of that, take a look at the drug stocks. Lilly, kind of took it on the chin a little bit from the Biden administration. Same thing out of Novo Nordisk. NVO had another kind of selling day. I do like these names. I think they're just going to continue to print money with the Ozempic and Wegovy. So use Friday's sell-off as a potential opportunity to jump in. All right, everybody. Like I said, I hope you have a wonderful Independence Day. There's my mom and dad spending the holidays with me.
Hi, gang.
All right. And I hope you have a great day off. And I'll see you Friday. Friday, Andrew and I are going to spend, and with Leisha. Leisha's going to do the charts for about 5-10 minutes, show you what she's seeing for Friday. Then Andrew and I are going to get on, react to non-farms, come up with a couple interesting trade ideas. Should be a lot of fun. And if you're lucky, maybe you'll get to see my mom and dad again, or maybe a niece and nephew.
Yep.
All right, everybody. I hope you have a great holiday day. Enjoy your Independence Day. Happy 4th of July. I am Mark Sebastian. I am your only option. Click the link in this email, or if you're watching me on YouTube, like and subscribe, and the link to join us Friday at 10 a.m. is in the description. I hope to see you there. Again, I'm Mark Sebastian, your only option. Have a good one.